All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's see my stuff all together. Hi. Starting a little late today. I was actually not gonna do one of these today, but then people actually messaged me asking for one, which is awesome. Um, I am Laser. I am oh, you all know. You're all clients. Joe's here. I can't hear you yet.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Hi,
Hey.
Joe.
Hi.
Your hair looks great.
Thank you so much. Good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Um, I am so excited. All right, I want to answer one question in the chat, Joe, and then I'm gonna talk to you. The question from Lori Lynn is: I have over 1,000 emails in various places. I need a mass email provider and cannot decide. Joe, Lori, I use FanBridge. It is way cheaper than most of the other services like MailChimp. Um, it's like not as in depth, but I like it. There, I haven't like tried a bunch of different mail services, so I can't give you like a super good recommendation. A lot of people have, um, but I would maybe give FanBridge a shot. It's like not the best, but it's also very cheap. If you want something that's like really, really the one that people love, Mailchimp is good because they have like all the segmentation and stuff like that, which is super awesome. Um, they're popular for a reason. They're good company. The end of that question. All right, Joe. Let's talk. Oh, is it a partner or a dog that you're talking to, or are you just looking in a corner?
Me right now. Oh no, I was just looking.
Okay, well, either one are cute. So hi. You and I wanted to start doing some like deadline chat, like keeping each other accountable for actually getting stuff done. And I love that idea.
Cool.
Um,
Yeah.
what are you working on? What are you trying to get done?
Oh my goodness. Well, it's just the release of that record
Heck
for
yeah.
the Kickstarter. It's really exciting too. It sounds so good.
Yeah.
Done. Um, and I think that I've I did this thing last week, which someone told me to do a long time ago, which is like create um a contract as to myself as an artist, and then sign a contract myself, and then also as a manager. So now I've created these blocks of time on my schedule as my manager and as the artist where I'm doing these things.
That's great. Yeah.
I think creating blocks on my calendar instead of just having the like mind blowing to do list that's just like, I don't know. That helped last week. So, but yeah, just kind of setting that backwards timeline, PR timeline, figuring out what that's going to look like, and then
Yeah.
doing it. I released something a few weeks ago and was like, oh, I'll do this PR stuff with all this time I have. Didn't do a good job. So
Mood. Yeah. I have an album that we just kickstarted and I had made a backwards timeline, but now because of stuff and it requires other people's to record, I'm like, well, that's not going to happen. But now, like, the timeline is just like question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't know. We'll worry about it. But there's like stuff I could be doing as well.
okay.
So I feel you. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I need to reset myself. Like the backwards timelines are really helpful. I find like having that deadline and like because then and like it's like having a budget or like having a anything where instead of feeling like living in a scarcity world, you're like living in this like I gave myself so much time to do this kind of world, like which is really
Yes.
nice. Um abundance world, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
Um and that's kind of lovely. What kind of PR stuff do you want to do for this record?
Well, I'm starting. I have to do. I'm doing 2 videos,
Oh wow.
and then um, and just releasing that. I think the main thing that I get stressed out about is just like the whole thing about like contacting people who are going to like talk about it
Mm-hmm.
and getting and finding and figuring out how to get them to do it.
Right.
And I have a few different hooks. I have a few different hooks I can put out there because I have that little book thing that's coming out with it too. And I have to sort that stuff out. So there's a few different little ways that I can do that, a few different niches that I can reach out to hopefully combine. So there's a lot more stuff happening. But yeah, it's just all that stuff that's like, yeah, it's difficult.
Validate me. Yeah. I mean, like the emotional,
Yeah.
like, does my art matter to you? Does my art matter to you? That's horrible. Yeah. I've like increasingly tried, like, been avoiding PR because it's just like, I mean, you're amazing. You have really good music too, so like I think people would like be interested in what you're doing.
Yeah,
But
thanks.
yeah, it's really hard to get people to open an email from somebody they don't already know, even if that's like literally their job. Um, uh, it's weird. Um, but
True.
but yeah, yeah. I mean, making those good lists, doing the follow ups, and I guess increasingly now as well because like nobody's doing anything and there's no live music to write about. Probably there's some music journals with the chances are better than they could be. If you got those
Yeah.
videos, like if you plan yourself out where you have a video and you have like 4 weeks to pitch it instead of like I'm releasing this tomorrow, can anybody write it? Um, it's helpful because people like having a debut. People like having the like that's like the spicy thing that PR people are looking for, right? Because like even in this year, they're like, just give me them clicks. I need them clicks. Do you know what your release date is?
No, not yet,
Mm-hmm.
because I also like want to make sure I have like just saved up just a little bit more money, and I haven't come up even with that number just for so that I can monetize everything, or not monetize everything, but spend money on Facebook and YouTube
Yeah.
and stuff like that when I do all those releases. So I'm also kind of like, and I have the little book thing that I've need edited, and I need to figure out the publishing aspect of that too. So I still have things that are like I'm weary of setting that timeline before I kind of have a better understanding of.
The
I
money.
guess I just need to like make a choice, make some choices.
Gotcha. You have like such a good to do list to make. It's going to be so fun.
It is good.
A flow chart of like, make these choices, make this budget, and then I make that choice, and then make the timeline, and then
Right,
the videos,
right.
then make the thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Once you put
yeah,
it into steps, it's like, it's easier.
yeah, yeah. I think I just gotta, yeah, just put in the steps.
Put it into steps, just like a whole, like a huge staircase. A huge, enormous staircase. Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Uh, I believe in you though. I think you
Thanks.
can do it.
What are you working on? So you're working on the PR for that, or no?
Yeah,
You're putting together that record.
yeah, that record is still being put together. And but I have a bunch of other. Last week I talked about us all setting goals, and my goal was to get a press release for a project that I'm launching this week, which is like, oh, the you're part of it, the election mixtape.
Yes, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and what I decided to do instead of that was like reach out to like two friends that write for publications because I knew that writing a press release and then reaching out to a bunch of people would probably result in nothing anyway.
yeah.
So I reached
Yeah,
out to two friends who work for publications, and one of them actually got back to me, which is awesome. Which is a paste
sweet.
connection, which is a great connection. And then I also
Awesome.
started asking my friends who host podcasts, and I was like, "Can I just be on your podcast and talk about this thing?" And I recorded one last night, which was awesome. And I was like, "Okay,
So awesome.
that's way better because I'm always whenever I do a lot of comedy podcasts because that's like one part of my life." Um, and whenever I'm on there, and they're like, "What do you want to plug?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm in between projects. I really should have done this better." But this time I was like, "I'll schedule being on a podcast around when I have a thing to plug."
Yes. Yeah.
Very, very brain,
Genius.
galaxy brain stuff right there. Um,
That's
but
cool.
yeah, no, right now I have to. We're launching a song with that thing,
Okay.
which my sister is like at this very moment sending me files for. Piano.
Cool.
Why is there piano? I don't know. Um, and then we'll send that to Paste, and then hopefully, oh, I have to make a video for it today. So, but
You're just gonna make a video just today? You're just gonna make a video.
yeah, I'll make something myself.
It's
Something,
so cool.
you know, it's the YouTuber. Like we've been YouTubers since 2010, and we just like make hundreds of crappy videos. And it's just my my
Awesome.
my kind of mindset is like you kind of get the same number of videos regardless of what good quality they are. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's like it's gonna get
Wow.
2,000 views whether you hire a whole crew or you just kind of do it in your house. If it's like a consistent sincerity and you really think,
You're
yeah,
yeah, you're absolutely freaking right.
yeah,
It's true. You could put out something you did in your home and then spend $50 on it and get even more people to watch it.
mm-hmm,
Because oh man, that thing I released last month, I'm like, so the video quality isn't like, oh, phenomenal, but it's so great, it's so wonderful. And I looked on it yesterday for like one of the first times. I'm like, oh, 73 views. Huh,
yeah,
who knew? It's just really awesome project I did, and I need. Okay, I just you have to. It has to be. I have to. It has to be my new gospel. I just have to be like everybody
oh yeah, you have to talk about it constantly. You got to
all
drop
the
the mail
time.
alias. Gotta. These days we don't really release videos without also directly uploading them to Facebook, which is an evil place, but it's a good idea because um, it's hard to get people to YouTube if you don't already have a big following there.
Mm, you're right. Okay, I
Um,
forgot about that. Well,
God,
that's great.
yeah,
Okay,
because you'll get a bunch more just like native views from that. Um,
native
Nate just like because it auto plays, and then people are
in
like, "I'm
yeah.
already watching it. I might as well finish.
Oh my god.
I might as well finish
Wow.
watching it." Okay, so let's you and I figure out our next steps. I'm gonna get out a Crayola marker and a paper.
Have you watched that documentary or heard of the documentary Social Dilemma?
No.
It's one of those things where it's about social media, and it's all the guys and ladies who a handful of them worked for Facebook, Pinterest, or many years ago, and now they're like, it's a monster. There should be ethical rules about this, and then they tell you all the science behind it, and you're like, ah!
Oh.
But then, yeah, but then at the end, I feel like too, they're like, here are actually helpful. Like it's kind of also, it's like, wow, this is a Netflix special. People are watching this. Like this is good.
Yeah.
Like at least,
Oh yeah. No,
um,
it's evil as hell. Oh, it's so
right?
oh, it's so evil. But also at the same time, I get really annoyed when people don't put like their real face on Facebook as their image because I'm like, we're all doing. So I don't know. I'm like,
I love that. No, it's true. No, it's true. It's like I think it's like there are really good things about it, and then there's like these other things, but those can be changed, and we can do something about it. We just have to do something about it. Um, but it was nice at the end of it. It was like how it was taught. It was just talking about different aspects of it, and so I like changed some things or on my phone or whatever, and
oh, nice.
which is like really interesting because I like haven't been getting notifications at all for the last 2 days, and I feel like my general mood is like just different.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't get notifications, Joe. Joe, Joe, were you getting social media notifications on your phone?
You're not gonna believe this, but for the last 10 years. Oh no.
Bad news. Yeah, no, I feel it. Yes, I actually have it so that my spouse knows a code to my phone that I don't know, and I'm only allowed to be on social media 15 minutes a day on my phone unless my spouse unlocks that.
That
uh,
is awesome.
it's so good. And then it's like I'm like, I want an Instagram, and I have to like in shame hand it over.
That is
It's
awesome.
it's really good. I mean, and I can use it on my computer, but I also have like an app that blocks social on my computer because I'm it's
That is awesome. Wait, what's your app on your computer?
it's called
If you don't mind.
Freedom. Freedom. You can
Freedom.
block any website, make lists to block whatever whatever you get. You can block email or like if you're like trying to get in a zone writing or whatever, you just like block everything, block shopping, block whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
you gotta. If you can't save yourself, you can get some technology to save you.
You can't save yourself from technology.
Yeah,
You could get some technology. Fuck.
bad
Sorry.
news, but
All right.
true.
Yes.
So okay, so what is the very next step that we need that you need to take, and that I need to take
Let's
on
see.
your projects? Because it sounds like you have to make some decisions. That seems like a thing that before you know everything, and that's like always the tricky part. But also like, there's never like, gosh, I just remembered I had a really weird dream that like, um, some actor was directing a high school play. Sorry, I'm here now. It's just
Wait, what happened?
um like a famous Hollywood actor was directing a very complicated high school play that somebody used as their like high school graduation presentation, and it was like based on like a bunch of different fantasy novels, and it was like extremely complicated. I think it was like James Franco. It was
Oh,
gross.
I
Yeah.
love him.
Yeah. It was really weird. Okay.
Oh my
I'm
god.
I'm back. I'm back. I can
Okay.
release James Franco from my mind now. Okay. Next steps. All right. What is my next step for my voting project? I'm going to write them down. I need to re-record my vocals. I need to re-record my uke. Well, I need to make a decision. That'll be my first step. And that's one of the things that I think, just since we are streaming,
Yeah.
that we should all remember is that making decisions is like real work, even though it feels like it's not something that's like you're writing down or something that you're moving forward on or something like making a
Yes.
decision is something that you should like write down and check off and be proud of yourself about because like that is such an important aspect. So decisions about instrumentation. Okay. Ukulele. And I need to plan my video and shoot my video. And then decide if I'm sending out more press. And if so, press release, list, send. There we go.
This is awesome. I'm getting a hefty, nice, not too crazy, but a nice little list.
Yeah. I like having a list, and I also like having like whenever I make a list, I start thinking about like things that I'm not supposed to do. So I like draw like a line of like, and then below this line, I put all the stuff that I don't get to do yet. You know, like the like
Mm,
later stuff because like I
yes.
can't do that until I finish these things, or I'm like waiting on somebody else to do that,
Yep.
or whatever. So it's like you're
Yep.
inevitably going to think about things that are not right now, and sometimes you just need to write them down to get them out of your head.
Yep.
Or that's
Yep.
not this project, or that's just
Ooh.
a kind of cool cake that you want to make, or whatever.
Yep. Oh, I got a lot of those. This one guy, I had a Zoom with some old friends from college. We used to do over 10 years ago this thing called Mondays at 10, where we'd stand on soapboxes literally and share whatever we're working on. And so we did one last night on Zoom, and after people listened to whatever I shared, once one of my friends was like, "Yeah, I got chills," and then my friend Nick said, "Yeah, I almost got chills." And they were like, "Oh, that is the funniest review." And then we're like, "We should make up." And I just got this idea as a holiday gift this year to come up with like a short, little, tiny little book that's just like 20 really bad music reviews for indie artists.
That's amazing.
And you
Like,
just flip a page. I almost got chills.
I almost got chills. It reminds
This,
me of something, but I can't remember what.
yeah, yeah.
Is that
Oh,
good? Or
right.
it's like when you say somebody to somebody like you got a haircut. And it's like you didn't compliment it though.
You got a haircut. Oh man. Okay. Well, sweet. Okay, so I got figure out my budget for the PR. I got a video release dates for record, and then I'm just calling them hooks, but basically the various things I would pitch out to PR. So like the little book thing, and what's that? That's all about like that's like about my brother with disabilities. It's like about being a musician. It's like about growing up gay in church. So like I find those people, and then I have
Mm-hmm.
my videos, and then maybe I'll do like a live show or something on
Yeah.
the release date. That
I
sounds a
feel
little bit
like
too much.
yeah, that might be too much. Live show could be at any time.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Um, have you been covered in like Auto Straddle and them before? I feel like those. What's wrong with them?
Literally them.
What's wrong with them? I was like, I like hired PR and I was like, I want them to cover this like really cool project. And they were like, eh. And they cover like Lady Gaga. Like they cover like the straight people who gay people like. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but, which is fine. It's
Oh,
totally fine. It's just like, what is, are there outlets for, no? Okay.
uh, yeah. Yeah. Gosh,
Yeah.
it'd be cool.
Links. Links.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you have your next step. Sorry. What is your
Yep.
next step?
No, I do. Thank you so much. So yeah, just so these choices I need to make, and maybe I'll just give myself the goal of having it done by next Tuesday as just a
Perfect.
date, a deadline. But yeah, budget for PR, video release dates, release date of the record,
Yeah.
and then the various like there's like I'll have a few columns that just need to make sure I have a timeline of getting those things done, like the book and then the
It's a lot.
videos.
Yeah. That's a whole lot.
Yeah,
I love it. I almost got
yeah.
chills from how much work that is. But I think you'll be fine. Yeah. It's like a lot of time. And also like deciding on your release it's like a tricky time right now.
Yeah.
So you never know. Like a lot of people are coming to me like, it's time to launch my Kickstarter. And I was like, unless you're gonna launch it right now, you may want to wait until after November to make your choice about when you're launching. Um,
Oh,
I don't know
take
if you,
a while.
yeah, I don't know if y'all remember what it was like 4 years ago, but it was really bad, and we were all really sad for a while, at least in this
Yeah.
country. So,
Right.
but
Yep.
maybe we'll just all be really happy because Joe Biden is so charismatic. Um, whatever. But just keep. I mean, there's no reason to not release a record, but you'll just keep in mind, like, don't release it on election day. Maybe, you know.
Yeah. No, I won't be able to do it till like I'm not thinking till like January or February
Yeah, that's a good time.
time. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
probably February. January seems super dead. Like for some reason,
Yeah.
like it's really hard to get anybody to do anything in January. But yeah, February is really good, and then you have so much time to like make your videos and stuff like that. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Rad. Oh,
You can do like a
sweet.
Valentine's Day thing if you have a love song. If you don't have a love song, that's okay. I love that you don't have a love song. That makes me so happy. What a good album.
Oh shit.
No.
Yeah.
Uh
I don't know if I do.
that's great. No, that's good. You can do a short song because February is a short month. Um,
Oh, that's good.
it would be
Awesome.
fun to do like a queer love songs event on Valentine's Day, like a live stream where it's like gender swap versions of songs and like. Do you remember who was it that did the gender swap Jesse's Girl song cover? Mary, God, what's her name?
Lambert?
Yeah, Mary Lambert. And it
Did
was
she
like,
do that?
yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, that's so cool.
But like that and all the queer love song stuff. It would be a very good event.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
You figure that out, okay? You
Yeah, I will.
amidst all the other incredibly complicated stuff you're doing, please. All
I'll
right,
let you know
awesome,
about it. Cool.
cool. I have
Thanks, Laser.
a Kickstarter page to review, so I'm gonna do that real quick. And I'm so happy to see your beautiful face
You too.
and
So
your
good to talk to
incredible
you.
hair. I'm very
Thank you
impressed.
so much. My friend's kid in Seattle. He's 7. He helped me. He cut it.
That's amazing. I'm
Yeah,
jealous.
yeah. It was because my hair was pretty long, but it was also like so bleached that it was like kind of breaking. So I was like, you know what? He just helped me get to where I needed to get. Anyways,
It's a very hip and handsome look, as you
thank you
always
so much.
look, but you're really coming into it, and I'm very into it. I'm very into
Appreciate
your
it.
whole thing.
Appreciate it. Thanks,
Um,
Laser.
okay. I'm gonna I guess let you go so I can talk about this cool Kickstarter page that
Awesome.
Bethan, if you're in the chat, let's talk about you.
Awesome. Take care, Laser.
See you next week,
Bye.
Joe. Bye. All right, now we're going to talk about and review this great Kickstarter page from my client. And I actually don't know if I'm saying your name right, but Bethan. Um so this is awesome. Look at this great page. So you had a couple questions that I wanted to answer in your email. One of them was, how do you make those cool headers that I make everybody make? And the answer is, of course, Canva. I believe in my course, I have a um um template for this. But basically, yes. So custom dimensions, I do 1084 by 197. Let's edit this so you can see all of the headers that I've made. And just gonna put some cool text on some cool images, and then these go on your Kickstarter page to break up the text. Why is this not scrolling? There we go. See? And because they're nice and thin and long, they don't take up too much space, but they're nice and uniform so people can skim through. So here is that. Um, yeah, I always when I'm using Canva, I'll go to text and try to look at their like font combination stuff because they have I think I chose like this or something. They just have really good font ideas here. Um and it's a good idea to just use the ones they pick because their graphic designers are always smarter than me. Okay, let's look at your page. Music to let your soul breathe again. Lorena McKenna / Enya with a Welsh twist. I know who Enya is. I don't know who this person is, so I might put Enya first, and then just say it's Enya, and Lorena McKenna with a Welsh twist. Because when I first saw this, I was like, who is this person? Is this a photo credit? I realized that maybe that means that I'm not your ideal audience. But that's I'm just going to give you all of my impulse reactions. So you can use them or not use them. Let me just go ahead and say right now, this is just feedback. You're getting my reaction. obviously don't have to use it. Hi, and I make ethereal Celtic folk music from Wales. Amazing. I sing in Welsh and English. I love that name. I play I play that most ancient of instruments, the harp. I am inspired by nature, folklore, landscapes, and stories. I'm a winner of the coveted Danny Kyle Award. Oh, okay. This is getting a little long. Um, one of the the only reason this is getting long is because these sentence structures are a little bit long. So like, I'm a winner of the Danny Kyle Award. I've performed at these festivals and I've performed with these artists. Like, maybe don't make it so long. Maybe figure out if you can just cut out some words to make this a little bit shorter. Cut out some of your breaks to make it a little shorter. And if you can, okay, here we go. Move this up. Um, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, you see how Who We Are fits in one kind of screen here, and your Who We Are is a little bit longer than that. So try to make this just a little bit shorter. A superb mixture of the traditional and contemporary. Her harp playing is playing perfect matching a gorgeous voice. That's a great quote. I don't think you need the other two. Um, and it's from BBC, which is really, really, really great. Um, yeah, you don't need this at all. Or if you do, you can move it down to about the album. This is great. Oh, immediately gorgeous. Maybe just like you can listen to my music for free on YouTube and SoundCloud or right here and then this thing, but put it like right here. So I can immediately click. But I'm very glad that you have this here. This is really, really valuable. This is an excellent thing to have. Just like an immediate, what does your music sound like? Oh, gorgeous. Very good idea. About the album. So yeah, I might put this kind of thing here. My debut album, Borders, is a bilingual recording which explores the borders or boundaries that exist between languages and worlds. There are echoes of seminal artist Kate Bush, I know. Again, I may not be the target demo in terms of recognizable artists. Enya, Lorena McKenna, and Moya Brennan, but the songs are deeply rooted in the Welsh tradition, reflecting the culture and the stories embedded in the landscape. So one of the things that you told me when we first started working together is that there aren't a lot of people talking about specifically the Welsh tradition. And although that is kind of implied here, I'd love for you to like pop it out. By the way, your page is great. Sorry, I jumped immediately to critique, but this is so awesome. I'm just being a little picky because that's my job. Um, reflecting, okay, in the Welsh tradition, reflecting the culture and stories embedded in the landscape. I want to show show Wales because not enough people hear our music and our culture. That kind of thing. Um, sentence, just another sentence. And I think that's implied here, but it's not quite thesis statement pop enough. Like, I love Wales. I love Welsh tradition. Please listen to my album because it is uniquely Welsh, where Enya is not Welsh. Where these things are not Welsh, but and if folks are like me and American, they won't know the difference because we don't learn about any countries other than our own. So you might even want to point out like folks learn a lot about Scottish, Irish music, but they don't learn about Welsh, and I want to talk about that. that kind of stuff. Because that's what you talked to me about. I'm just saying that because this is a conversation we had before. If you don't actually care about that, um, oh, I mentioned it further along, but I'll put it further up. Okay, awesome. Um, just because this is kind of a good like thesis. This is like your mission statement area, right? This is the because once it gets into like long, it's not too long actually. I like that. People might not read as much. Okay, why this project right now? This album has been a labor of love for me for a number of years, and I'm so excited for it to finally come to fruition. So yeah, this might be where you put in this information. Okay. I wanted my debut album to reflect my development as an artist and the music and themes that inspire me. Producer Charlie Francis has been instrumental in creating the sound of the album. This is an album full of atmosphere, which retains a feeling of space and timelessness, a soundscape of subtle beats, percussion, strings, and atmospheric weaving and enhancing my harp and vocals. And then, yeah, if you wanted to have, like you were talking about the sample of of a few tracks from the album, this would be a great place to put that. And I do think there's no problem with doing that. I think that's a great idea. The world needs music right now. Finau? I love this. Will relax, soothe, and enchant its listeners and give a little escape from the stresses of modern life. This is maybe bold that sentence because it's very good. I am passionate about bringing the beauty of Celtic music from Wales. Oh, gotcha. Here it is. Oh, yeah. So just move it up. Yeah, this is great. Um, so often overshadowed by its Celtic counterparts in Ireland and Scotland, whatever. Cymru, Wales is a land of ancient secrets. I am excited to have some of Wales' leading folk musicians play on the album. That's so awesome. People might want to know who, but I don't think it's a big deal. I hope with this release, that could also be and probably you've already thought about this, a good Kickstarter update of featuring your other musicians. This release to raise my profile within the Celtic music scene and build my audience around the world. Yeah, I like that. Um, maybe just say and of course. Just be a little bit more self-aware. And of course, I do hope with this release and build my audience around the world. And I appreciate your help letting me do that. Oh, that's down here. Yep. No, this I think belongs in the why Kickstarter section. This sentence. Opening a secret door to the magic and beauty of Welsh traditional music. This is a fragment. So you need a subject. This album will open a secret door to the magic and beauty of the Welsh traditional music. Also, this is a great subtitle. You don't have a subtitle right now. Bethania is making her debut album, and then you might use this, take it out here, but also using opening a secret door to the magic and beauty of Welsh traditional music through harp, um, through her harp or something would be a really great subhead for this. It might be too long, but something like that. That's really good. Okay, why Kickstarter? I am an independent music maker with no record label. That means I completely dependent on my audience to help me make my art. The advantage is this: there's nothing between me and you. Yep. Uh, this is familiar and it's very good. Um, it's a win-win situation and truly a beautiful thing. Um, with your help, I hope with this release to raise my profile within the Celtic music scene and build my audience around the world. I have been making music, playing gigs for a long time, but this will be my first independent album, and I look forward to your help. Something like that. Making an album is costly, and I've paid for the recording and design of the album. And design, comma, and the album is finished. Period. Most of the costs have been met, but there are a few steps to go. I need your help to pay for the cost of manufacturing the CD, merchandise, lowercase, and promotional items for the album, and online shop to sell it. Oh boy. I need your help to pay for the cost of manufacturing the CD, merchandise, and promotional items for the album, and online shop to sell it, and marketing costs, comma, and marketing costs, so that more people all around the world can eat great to hear it. Great. Okay. That's good. And then you're going to add a little bit images of your rewards. And yeah, no, this is great. This is a very good page right now. I like where you're going with it. I think it's awesome. Let me see if you had more questions in the email. Because I don't want to miss them. Nope, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so for the headers, I would just take like this pretty purple and this pretty green and maybe like a darker brown and make some nice, you don't have to have an image in the headers. But if you want to, there's also obviously nice photos available in Canva, um, which would help add to the, or you could take any photos you have of like Welsh landscapes and stuff. Um, so yeah, you can do it. All right, you're hoping to launch on the 29th, but you haven't done the promotional module yet. Do you have time to do everything? Oh, I would watch your promotional module today if you can. I know it's late there, because there is quite a bit of promo work to do. But I think you can do it. Um, yeah, I think you can do it. Um, One of the things I will say about specifically the world you're coming from is to plan your emails beforehand, and you might want to cut back on the like weekly emails and stuff before you start launching your project, just so that there isn't a bunch of, so that your signal to noise ratio is a little bit clearer. I think that was a problem with another Kickstarter that launched, of people who are in your similar group that have learned the similar lessons that you have. Um, it's oh yeah, and what's your goal? What's your goal? It also very much depends on what your goal is. What is your goal and how many? Go ahead and email me if you want, or just tell me now. What is your goal and how many people, like actual numbers of people, open your emails right now, like your broadcasts? Um, because that will help to know. But yeah, I would cut down for like, I haven't got it yet. Okay. Between now and like the end of your Kickstarter, I would kind of cut out all emails except for Kickstarter related emails. So like all of your series that are going on, all of your like automated messages, I would totally kill them. And then I would start around 1,000 people open your email. That's good. Um so I would destroy totally all of those and just start planning your Kickstarter emails. And the Kickstarter emails are going to be like 2 or 3 emails the first week, one email the first and second week, and then like 3 emails the last week. Um, so you're not like overdoing it. Um, so that people are still opening your emails. And you might send one email 1 to 2 weeks before the Kickstarter with just a little warning of like, hey, this is happening. Um, and possibly a link to a Facebook event of like RSVP to um help me RSVP to this Facebook event to remind yourself to back the project on day one. That works for some people. It doesn't work for everybody. If it doesn't seem like your audience would be into that kind of thing. Like my audience isn't super into that kind of thing. Some audiences are. I'm not sure yours will be. But just giving people a little heads up like incredible music is coming. Mark your calendar for this morning. Um, that might be a good idea. Yeah, and then the emails that you're going to send during the campaign are going to be like featuring individual rewards. The first one is going to be um, for the whole project, and it's going to have like the video, a Facebook event. Bethan, you'll see it in the module. Um, the emails you're going to send are the first one will be like probably have the video that you're talking about with all the music, and then say if you want to buy this music, go to the Kickstarter page. And then the next email will like feature one of your rewards, and then the next email will um, talk about like why am I doing this project. Um, the next week, you might have an email that talks about like overcoming some objections of like, but why would I back this Kickstarter, that kind of thing, and then featuring another reward, like a high level reward, um, and then deadlines in the last week, and featuring awards, showing the song again, that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, just don't overdo it with the emails because you really don't want to mess up your signal to noise when you are promoting a Kickstarter. Yep. And good luck with the promotional unit. That'll kind of, there is a lot to do on it. But because that is the most important thing, the most important determiner of success. But if you regularly have 1,000 people opening your emails and your goal is £5,000, I feel pretty good. You rarely never know how much people are going to back your project, but um, you know, being super honest, being super vulnerable, it's really all you can do. Being, don't be afraid to be yourself. Okay, and with that, I am going to call it for today. As always, my email address is on this page, and I may not be doing these super regularly anymore. Ooh, how long after the Kickstarter should I release my album? You can release the album whenever you want. I'm doing it a year after because I still need to record it. You will need to wait at least 2 weeks to get everybody's addresses. Or no, no, you will need to wait at least 2 weeks to get everybody's money. And you can't even send out the survey until 2 weeks. Then you'll need to send out a survey, and to get everybody's addresses, it'll probably take a week. And then you'll want to send out a reminder. And that'll take a while to chase people down. Then you might have to, I don't know if you have to order anything at that point or if you already have everything. If you, so I would say 6 weeks at least. At the very fastest, that's pretty fast. That would be a really fast churn. If you already have all your merch available, but it's up to you. And I would definitely make your reward estimated delivery pretty safe. So make it later than you expect. Like if you think you're going to get it out before Christmas, make this January or February because it's better to under promise and over deliver. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing anymore. Let me share this estimated delivery. Okay. You can try to do it before Christmas. You certainly can, but it would be. I mean, you could probably. It would be tricky, but because you can't start asking people for their addresses until you have until the processing time is done, and the processing time takes 2 weeks. Um, but also, your Kickstarter doesn't have to be 30 days long. I would recommend making it 21 or 28 days long. So that can shorten your timeline a little bit. Just kind of write out a timeline. I would recommend watching. You don't have to do all the homework, but watching the whole rest of my course so that you know all that's involved in fulfillment and stuff before you launch your project. Because that's information you'll want to know when you're in the process of running your project. But yeah, you can do it. You can deliver before Christmas if you get ambitious. But I will have to order things merch. Yeah. Well, if you have to order merch, you never know how long those things are going to take, especially right now, because everything is a little bit delayed. Okay. And with that, I will see you all later. Like I said, I may not be doing this super regularly unless people ask me for help. So just drop me an email if you have something you want me to look at, and I will be keeping an eye on it.